So, how do you become a KAP facilitator? I've talked with a couple of facilitators and they've told me their stories. So, before becoming a KAP facilitator, you have to actually do KAP at least 1 to 3 times, I think. You go to the website venantwang.com and there you can see an application to be a KAP facilitator. You have to fill in your name. You have to record a video with a facilitator where you can see that you are receiving your KAP session. You have to fill in your background, whether you have any kind of illnesses, whether you have any kind of psychological illnesses or problems. So they do like a screening and they get to know you a little bit. Then you have to send in 2 photos of your face and of your body so that Venant can read your energetic body and whether you're like receptive to it, sensitive to it, and whether you're ready for it. So I watched an interview with Venant and he said, whenever people send in an application, I just tune in to the name and I know instantly whether that person, I'm supposed to train that person or not. And then if yes, then I look through the material. And I can really understand that. I think maybe everybody can do that, but you just have to be at a certain kind of development or stage of development in your life, right? So I've asked a couple of people how they've done it. I've done 1 application. After doing 1 or 2 sessions, I was like so enthusiastic about it, like a kid. It's like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. I made an application, it was denied. And the email said 25% of our participants, of our applicants get accepted. So out of 100%, there are 100 people applying, only 25 people get accepted, right? And if you look at the website, like 80% or 90% of the applicants or the facilitators are women. So it's all about the feminine energy. So the email also said that we don't give any feedback on why you're not chosen. We don't give any feedback on what you need to do or any advice. It's all about his intuitive feeling of whether he's supposed to train you or not and whether you're ready for it or not. So please enjoy your KAP sessions and maybe apply again in the future. So I've asked other facilitators how they became a facilitator. So one woman, Ellen, she was a school teacher and she started to do KAP, and then she went and did KAP 1.5 years every 2 weeks. And she kept doing the sessions, kept doing the sessions. And then after 1.5 years, she felt that she wanted to transition into that. She felt called almost. And so she did, she applied, and then she did the training in Ibiza, and then she became a facilitator. And she said, you know, it's like all my skills before that I've collected in my life, they all are very useful here, because as a teacher I needed to speak to people, to guide people, to help people, and now here I'm using that because she was also using drawings and graphic design. She's using that for her promotion in her work. Another facilitator, Corinne, she went to a KAP facilitator, and after 1 session she knew, I want to do this. Now she was a successful jeweler, right? She had a successful life in jewelry. She had kids, she was a mom, and she thought, I want to do this. She applied after 2 or 3 sessions and she was accepted immediately. Now the funny thing is, she went with another facilitator, like Hiska, a blonde woman, so they were friends together, and they went together, and they both wanted to apply. And this blonde woman, the third woman, she had done more sessions. She did an application, but she was denied. So she was denied, and she forgot about it. And she said, okay, that's not for me. She let it go, and then a year passed by. And as the year passed by, a new training opened up. And one of the facilitators from Holland, Florina, she called out to her and she said, are you still interested in doing the facilitation? And Hiske said, yeah, I still am. So they met up, and the girl from Holland, she helped her to write out a script, what she needed to say, because because the blonde girl, she felt a little bit, uncomfortable expressing herself. So she wrote a script of things that she needed to say in the application video. They did a KAP session together. They videotaped it, and they sent it off, and she was accepted. Right after a year, she was accepted, and she got in, and now she's doing that. Now she's also a mom. She has another job also. Now, the fourth girl from Holland that I know, she was a teacher. She was doing a lot of traveling, a lot of self-development, and I don't know her story exactly, how she became a KAP facilitator, but I can tell you this: all 4 KAP facilitators that I met have a couple of things in common. One of the things is they're very grounded, practical people. So they live their lives. They're not like very spiritual kind of people. So the first woman, Ellen, who was the teacher, she was not very much into spirituality. It's only after KAP that she became very spiritual. Hiske, she was already a little bit spiritual, but it's only with the KAP that it opened up. And Corinne, the jeweler, she was already into spirituality, I think, because of her background. She's from Peru. Now, they're all very grounded. They have like this deep sense to care, to embrace people, to take care of people. They have like a very good intention. When you're with them and you look them in the eyes, you can see they're all so sincerely encumbered with your well-being. They want the best for you. You feel that. They have this lightness, this warmth about them. When they all hug you, they all are there to support you. They send mails afterwards. They open themselves up to give feedback. It's not like they're just doing their work and it's done. No. They really are invested in the process, and they talk about, this is helping to raise the consciousness of people. This is important for me. I'm living my purpose. I'm fulfilling my soul mission on earth. Like this unfolding, like this Corinne, the jeweler, she told me, I was very successful and happy in my job, but when I was talented, it was my talent, but when I started to do this is when I realized, this is what I really want to do. This is what I really care about. This is my soul's mission. You can have other talents, right? But maybe that's not your soul mission. Like, what are you here for, really? What are you really supposed to do here? It's not merely to, find your talents and be successful at them. Everybody has a certain kind of part to play, right? I'm not saying everybody has to become a facilitator, but everybody has a part to play. And meeting them all, it's so inspiring because you see the different styles. One is more stern, serious, but still gentle, warm, generous, receiving, and sincere. Right? And you see they also still have like unconscious patterns. They still have limiting beliefs, blockings. They still work on themselves. They develop. They want to release. They want to grow. It's not like they're all like perfect, enlightened human beings. They're not. They're very natural people. They can have anxiety. They can have worries about money. They can worry about their kids, about other stuff. They're just human beings like us, but they can just play the role of the facilitator, right? But they're still on their path. It's not like being a facilitator made them enlightened or perfect. So what else? When I met the other facilitator, I sensed, like Jeweler, how grounded and practical she was. She was so swift in her life, doing one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. Like just beings who are truly living their life, who are engaged in their life, not meditating the whole day, thinking about God, thinking about things. No, they're living, practical human beings, acting in life, making changes, creating changes, making something happen. The third girl, Florina, from Holland, who was one of the first facilitators, I think in 2018-19, she's very entrepreneurial. She's you know, she creates her sessions in a very like special way. She calls them special editions. She adds different kind of flavors to the sessions. She creates these sessions where you have a more intimate setting, where it's not just an open class where you receive KAP. It's a setting where people come together, and she uses like these tantra techniques to connect with each other. She does guided meditations. She's very like embodying a very strong sense of truth that she expresses always from, like, it's always streaming from her, and she's really inspiring. She's open. She's like a source of joy, like, and they're all at different stages of development. You can see that. And the fourth woman, the blonde one, Hiska, she's very fiery, like a fiery woman, but still like very playful, very fiery, very active, very alive, but still engaged. She has kids, she's married, she has another job. They're all living. And when you see that, you realize this is not about becoming some spiritual guru or some spiritual healer. No. This is about really creating structure where people can come and facilitate. And when I asked this, they also told me, like, Venant, right? When he looks for facilitators, he wants people who are grounded, who are not only sensitive to the energy, like when your body is moving and the energy can go through you, so you become like a vessel for the energy. It's not only about that, because probably a lot of people are that, or can do that, or are able to do that, to be a vessel for the energy. But it's actually about, can you sit there grounded and allow the people to have their experiences without like becoming too heady or too spiritual and fly away, to stay grounded, to stay on a material level, to let everybody feel safe, to not lose yourself in the process, to not let other people lose themselves in the process, to be able to ground them as well, so that everybody feels safe, so that people don't go after a session and they're all like high on life, just like flying. No. People have to come back into their body and live their lives through their body. Like, whatever happens in a session, visions, experiences, whatever, let it be. It's happened. The changes that needed to happen, they occurred in your energetic system. Now you just go on with your life and you forget about it, because the changes will manifest themselves without your will. You don't have to will anything. You don't have to try anything. It goes on by itself. So yeah, if you feel called to do an application, do it. I saw for myself that I was not ready, but when I did, when I got rejected the first time, I felt such a deep disappointment. It was, I'll make another video about it, but it was a very interesting experience. But I saw that like for myself, I felt what it is to be a KAP facilitator, because in one of my sessions I asked, like I was in this translucent, like total awareness space, and I asked, can I be a KAP facilitator? And I saw like this energy come onto me, and it was like these strings of energy go wrapping themselves around my arms, and I felt this energy of earth. Immediately I felt like roots going to the ground, and I realized I have to be super grounded, like super grounded on earth, so that the energy can stream through me, right? Like an antenna that is grounded, that is not unstable or shaky, but that is stable, that is rooted. And then I felt how the energy can go through my hands and work with the energies of other people and direct the energy flow towards other people. So it's all about the earth energy, being earth, being grounded, so that you're open to receive the higher energies. It's, yeah, I've had those experiences when I'm in a KAP session. I almost feel like a facilitator, because it's like I just feel everybody. I see everybody. I feel their chakras. I felt how my hands were interacting with them, how there were things happening, how there were interactions between their energies, and how I was directing the energy of KAP towards them. And when I shared this later, a facilitator told me, like, this is exactly what happened. I remember that. Like, you've had the same experience I had. So it's really interesting. Yeah.